I took 70 this week. It's too much, but I took 70. I make, but at the end, I'll end up with profit. In profit of 2 hours. Let's break it down. Thank you. Here's my first trade of the week. I start to trade on Tuesday because Monday I did not see any opportunity. Even on Tuesday, I just first trade. I took low probability trade. Let's see my first trade. It was on gold, 14 October. You can see in the H4, the H1 time frame, we have a nice breakout structure. We have this H1 PY, but PY did not submit any liquid, and I was looking too long. Here's the N15 of that day. Price break the structure and all this Asian zone as an inducement, and on the N15 you can see you have a clear breakout structure, sweep of PY. PY swept liquidity before the breakout structure, but eventually when price come back, the time I was looking to buy, price already swept PY straight, and I was directly I went to place my Fibonacci on this candle. Place my Fibonacci. I took my entry on 0.50. Price went directly to my stop loss. Normally I was supposed to wait, and before price break above here, then now the next thing was this is exactly how I was supposed to trade to take my position that day. I was supposed to wait and price break here first, break, and then now next thing I supposed to place my entry now Fibonacci. If price do not take me, the next thing was I supposed to wait for taking this trade now, because this trade was invalid, was low probability. I was supposed to wait for a change of character and wait for this opportunity. I was able to make 4 hours here at this with another inducement and pure what sweat liquidity. I was supposed to take this trade with 4 hour profit. This is the second day of Tuesday, the 14th October. I took a short on EURUSD. Eventually it was still a loss, but it was a medium probability compared to the first. One price have this breakout structure. I missed my first opportunity here. Why? Because I was sleeping. I did not wake up on time. I did not show up on my computer on time, and I slept. I wake up the time I show on the chart. The price was already at this one. Then I wait for the second opportunity, but eventually I wasn't so confident compared to the first one because price failed to break here. And this is the sign that the seller are no longer strong to break the structure below, but instead now they are weak. That means the strong high become a weak high now. But when price came back here, I still want to sell. One price tapped into my PY. Before price tapped into my PY, you have this major time frame and lower time frame inducement in front of the PY. Directly when the price tapped into the PY, I asked myself, is there a strong PBS strong liquidity, or is there early entry method right there? Everything was okay. I just set my entry and I set my sell stop below the candle, below the strong liquidation candle, and I took my. This was a trade on Wednesday, 15 October. It was on GBPS day. I took a short, and it was a medium probability. I ended up with -1 hour. The reason why I took a short here, this was a high time frame supply. We have this weak high, a lot of liquidity. Price swept this high, and this period fell too. When the London opened, London swept this high. We have a change of character where a change of character here. Price pull back inside, lower that create through the sweep of liquidity, sweep of buy side liquidity. Then I just went to M5. I identify, okay, here's this POS swept liquidity, and we have a clear M5 inducement. I took my short. I placed my order, my sell stop below the candle that swept inducement, and price went about 1 to 2. I was targeting TR eventually, and I got stop. Here is my best day of the week, 16 October 2025. I took my first trade on GBPS day. It was a long medium probability. I make about 5. The session open was around here, and I asked myself where the price is pulled back from. For me, another opposing H1 demand, H1 N15 supply, and below that we have another my current PY was also in the H1 demand. And the reason why I was a little bit cautious, because this PY was created during the Asian section, but I eventually took the risk. We have inducement and I was more focusing on low pullback inducement, fake break strong liquidation. When price finally tap into my POI, I'll just identify, is there a fake break on the NFA? Yes, you have a fake break, the red line above, and this is a supported low here that did to a fake break. Now become what a strong liquidation, because the strong low become now a liquidation. After the liquidation, price tap into my POI, so directly I look for a long target 5 hours. Here is gold, the second trade of 16 October. I took a long and high probability set. On the ash one, we can see that the order flow was clearly and price was where inside the ash one, ash 4, ash 1. This is where I get the higher to take a long. On the N50, we can see that after the break, we have passed up into the H1 PY. Before that, price swept liquidity, swept the Asian low, came back, we have a fake break, we have a PY mitigation, we have this PY, the new PY swept the inducement in front of the previous PY, and you have an internal factor break or structure. You have inducement, price came back inside this PY, boom, I took a long and I make about 3 hours. We are here 17 October 2025. My first day was on GBPSD. Eventually I took it was a low probability setup. On the ash 4 we can see order flow was clearly bullish, but what happened that on Friday morning when I woke up, price was around here. You have this equal high and you have this PY. Price tap into the PY, massive rejection to the downside, and inside that ash of PY, what do you have? You have a the N15 PY was created during the Asian section. This is the first low probability, and we have an inducement, but the worst part also is that price did not even sweep any liquidity before the break of structure, nothing. And price where the negative point was price pullback. Before the price pullback, where did the price mitigate? Is the price mitigate some strong PY on the left? Yes, a strong daily ash was supply on the left before the pullback, and eventually the way price was retracing, it was so bad, and price just tapped into my PY, I trigger my position and hit my stop. The second trade of Friday, and I took a long gold risk entry method, medium probability. Eventually just is also hit stop, as we can see here on the ash one price tap. We have a PY, we have a second PY, but PY do not swap any liquidity. Price do not swap any liquidity. You can see on the N15 you have a N15 PY chain. You have a this PY swap liquidity in front of the previous PY, and we have this equal high buy side liquidity. I was happy to take a long to target this liquidity, but eventually, and the negative point was that this PY was during what the was during the Asian section. This recent PY instead of the one below, because I already have the inducement in front of the recent PY. That's why I prefer to use the GSPY, and past already just did some price action like this and going to the moon, going without me, because I'm focusing on the PY behind, and eventually price stopped me out and continue. Here's the last trade of Friday of that day, something that I never did. It's more than 3 months now, and it was a low probability. Why I took this trade? Now, overconfidence and revenge trade. I couldn't be able to accept that I was wrong. I was just trying to make myself feel better, feel good, that no, I'm not wrong, it's the market is wrong. I revenge trade. I was so overconfident, I break my rules, undisciplined. And I took a long on USD, low probability. Same thing like GBPS. You have a daily supply mitigate, but the order flow was bullish. As you can see, when the price mitigate daily supply, you have what this was the current PY. Price swept all the buy side liquidity behind the actual PY, that the actual PY that was inside the daily PY. Same thing as GBPSD. Now, and when does that happen? I just look for a change. I was not happy to look for long here. Why? Because we have this liquidity and the Asian low was still fresh. No, lot of liquidity behind the Asian low. That's why I just keep too long here. I was waiting price to mitigate here. One power mitigate here. I drop into the 5 minute. I look for N15, N5 inducement. And after when I get the N5 inducement, I just place my orders above and I ignore that price was coming from and price has already taken a lot of liquidity from the left, and I did not pay attention on that. I did not ignore those conflicts. That's why I was so sorrow. Thank you guys. Everything for today. I took 70. I end up with 3 hours.